Always love that intro right there. But we have a guy that's I've talked to a lot, and if y'all watch my video about part of my network of friends that I keep close to me, the guy that kind of tells me whenever I'm overreacting or underreacting, or sometimes I'm thinking too hard about something. We got Sam in here, Simply Avocado.
Yes, sir. I appreciate the intro. That was a good intro there. I'm just here as a friend, as always. I'll keep it 100 with everybody and anybody, and let you know exactly how it is at any given moment. That's what a true friend's about.
So you went ahead and took your first student out. How was that?
So I took my first student out, and on our first day out, we got hit by Warner in a pilot. So that was interesting. I'm like, all right, cool. First day out, you get to fill accident report. And after that, we practiced some back end. Um, he was a little rough around the edges, always steering a lot. Got to correct that problem. Then it was a little bit about the driving. He liked to stay on the right side towards the white line a lot, and we fixed that problem. After 3 weeks in, he had 1 week left. I told him, hey, at this point, I want you to develop your own habits. I want you to develop your own routine. This truck, these loads, everything is now in your hands. You are the captain of the ship effectively. I'll be here for emotional support, but I want you to develop a routine so when you do finally go solo, you have this routine built and you could just keep following it instead of doing it on your own and maybe having questions to see if something works. I can help you fine tune it while you're still with me.
Yeah. So I forgot to even introduce what company you work for or anything. Where are you working at?
I work for AMX, which is Alabama Motor Express, based out of
Okay.
Dothan, Alabama.
And now that is a CDL holder that you train, right? It's not a permit holder, correct?
No, it was a CDL holder. He got his permit through the AMX Academy.
Okay. And
Yep,
then you take them out for, I guess, kind of your type of TNT, correct?
correct. It would
TNT
be
training.
similar. Yes, it would be very similar to TNT training. The only difference is that it's not ran as a team truck like in our prime. It would be, do your shift, go to sleep. I do my shift. Instead, I'm in the passenger seat the whole shift, guiding my trainee the whole step of the way. This
Okay.
trainee that gets onto my truck has zero experience and 90% of the time, zero experience driving a tractor trailer combo.
Okay. And then when you get them back to the terminal, like, or how many miles is it? Is it by miles or is it by weeks or is it
So that's very interesting as well that you bring that up. We are not by miles, we go by weeks. And
weeks?
the weeks is determined by a couple of factors. It's determined by my input, it is determined by the training academy input, and the fleet manager's input as well. We all get to say if that trainee is ready to take it to the next level, upgrade as they you would say in prime.
Okay. And then what kind of test is there? Because here at Prime, when you go to upgrade, you have to take that simulator again. You have to take this little driving test on the simulator before you can upgrade. Y'all got a simulator out there or something?
Ah, that's a negative Ghost Rider. So what we'll do here is once you're upgrading, I'll take you in and you'll do a written test, which is going to test all your abilities as well as what I taught you. You have to pass that with an 85. Then you'll go into your second phase of the test, which is 1 hour out on a drive around the city. You're gonna make a couple of left turns, a couple of right turns, interstate driving. You're gonna come back, and then you're gonna go into a pilot that's down the street. You're gonna practice your fuel etiquette. Then once you pass that driving stage, you're gonna come back to the yard, and we have a specific spot for you, and then you're
Hold
gonna
up.
do a back end test.
Hold up. Fuel etiquette? You mean he's going to take a 30-minute break in the fuel bay?
No, don't ever do that. No, no,
What's the
no.
fuel etiquette? Just knowing how the knowledge of knowing how to put in fuel, DEF, stuff like that.
Yeah, where you put your def in, where you're gonna put how much fuel you put in. You're gonna practice to show that you have knowledge of your pumps. What questions are gonna be asked? What do you do to get your receipt? Things like that. We'll test you on that just to make sure that you will properly trained and up to date.
Wow, that's it. Kind of impressive. I was not expecting all that. And your guy
Same.
passed that, and he got to go on to his own truck.
Yes. So he passed it. I with my first student, I stayed there. I took the day off. I stayed there to make sure he passed all three tests. He soloed out, and then the very next day he got his truck and he went on his first run to Chicago.
Nice,
Hmm.
good job. What
Yes,
did you
sir.
get for your first one? They gave you something special?
For my first one, yeah, they gave me something special. They gave me another one.
No. See, they give you when you get your first you pass your first student. I don't have it with me, but they're all like, "You want an orange or a yellow um, prime trainer hat?" And like, I mine's in my truck somewhere. I'm sure of it, but I don't know where.
For
And how many
mine,
student? What student are you on now?
I'm finishing up student number two.
Student number two.
Yes, sir.
Great.
Yes, 1 week. I I actually think he's ready now, but I'm gonna give him 1 more week and he'll test out, and I'm more than confident he's gonna pass with flying colors.
Good, good, good. And just keep on running. Let's see. Let's see who all's here. Okay, we got Greenwich in the house. Nick is here. Nick says hello.
Hey,
Pegleg says he's not first.
uh,
Last Lap Logistics says hello from warm and humid
Sarasota.
Sarasota, Florida. Ugh,
Yeah,
Florida. Uh,
yeah.
Eddie Styles now. What's going on, Eddie?
Yeah.
Eddie, I think where was Eddie from? He was from like
I think he
I
was
think
from
he was
Florida
from
too.
like the West Coast somewhere.
I say Florida. I think he was Florida.
Oh man, I thought he was from the west side of the U.S. But anyways, what's going
Wait,
on, Eddie?
let's take a poll. Where's Eddie from?
Where's Eddie from? Pegleg says, Sam, we are all live.
We are all
What?
living vicariously through you, brother.
Oh, okay.
Uh, and I'm
I got
living
this.
by.
I use a cell phone now for a camera instead of my little bitty GoPro, wherever it is. So I'm trying to use a cell phone for a camera now instead of a GoPro. And this GoPro is real small, but now something this big is up there, and I'm like, I gotta duck around it. So I might have to go back to my GoPro next time because I'm all like dodging the screen.
Yes, sir.
Greenwich says, "Oh, good truck maintenance, right?"
Actually, Greenwich, to be honest with you, both my students so far came with basic truck maintenance. And yes, I know I have a truck issue destroying them.
Man, somebody was talking about getting on a loaner truck. I think it was one of my students today. They were all like, we were talking about lease versus company, and I'm all like, I'm not trying to talk to you either way. I'll just tell you a little bit about each one. And they were talking about, hey, when the truck breaks down, don't you get a loaner truck? I said, man, I wish my friend was here to tell you about the loaner truck he got.
I still got pictures of her too. So if you need any, I got you. I'll show you. Definitely show that loaner truck.
Yeah, that loaner truck was bad.
Hmm.
Pegleg says, Sam, what is wrong with this clicker? Sam, did your student need any help backing into the hole, if you know what I mean?
No, this one actually found the hole pretty spot on. I know what you mean.
Where is Sam? Where are you at, Sam?
Where am I at? Well, location wise, right outside Birmingham, Alabama. Just came from
Birmingham.
right outside Toronto, New York. I mean, yeah, Toronto and Lake Erie.
Backwood says, "What's the pay like at AMX?"
So the pay is very different. It depends on what you take. The lowest pay that we'll have is our dedicated runs. The next pay we'll have is Southeast Regional, which is cent per mile. It's 43 cents a mile. Yes, it's a little low. I think they moved to 46. Then you got Super Regional, which is Southeast Regional, just what every other state touching. So you'll have Georgia, Alabama, Florida, Mississippi, Louisiana, North Carolina, South Carolina, Kentucky, Tennessee, and I think I'm missing one. That's pretty much Southeast Regional. I think that's 50, 55 cents a mile. This is drive-in, and then you have OTR hourly, which I do. You start off at $22 an hour. Every month you get evaluated. If you pass your evaluation, they add another dollar. Next month, so on and so far, and you just keep going down that paid scale. And OTR is a week and a half out, 3 full days in, then you'll go back out. If you want to, you could just keep riding as long as you want. And we don't go past I-35, west of I-35. So Dallas, Texas, all the way up to Minnesota, and then the east. That's it. That's OTR.
See, Eddie Styles was in Arizona, but now he's in Washington.
Washington. So you went from one.
Washington.
Wait. Washington State. So if you went from Arizona to Washington State, you went to one of the most driest lands out there to the wettest land. You went from one extreme to the other.
Isn't I think Washington and Prime don't even if you don't have a CDL, I don't even think Prime hires you from Washington. I'm
I
pretty
thought that was
sure that we don't hire from Washington.
and Montana, if I'm not mistaken, too.
Montana CDL holders we don't hire.
Okay. Okay.
There's a reason for it.
Yeah, there's it.
Rod says, "Good evening, Daniel. I'm back for more knowledge. Welcome back, Rod."
Good to have you back, Ross.
Backwood says, "I got a load of palm trees going from Westmoreland, California to
Boca
Broca.
Raton.
How do you say that? Broca
Boca
Raton,
Raton. Yep.
Florida.
Make sure you take
That's
91, the Florida Turnpike. Gotta love that turnpike.
that's a good load. It has a lot of miles on it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking as a company driver, I'm all like, get those miles, bro. I forgot some people are lease and then looking at revenue, so I wouldn't know the revenue on that. I'm just calculating miles.
Right. And when it comes to backwoods in general, man, when you get that new truck, I know we discussed this already, but I'm putting it out here again. We need to see pictures of the new truck.
Oh, I guess I'm wrong. Eddie, are you a CDL holder though? I am coming to Prime from Washington.
Dun dun dun.
Cool. Like uh maybe I was wrong. Maybe we started hiring from Washington.
Yeah.
Washington just had an extra like loophole you had to jump through, and I get maybe we finally figured out the loophole of it because I'm gonna have to ask.
The plot thickens.
Uh, what's man, dude? My mouse is lagging over here. Sam, do not take your students through West Virginia for your sake and theirs.
All right.
What happened in West Virginia? Go ahead and tell us the story.
Which one?
The story, man. What's happening?
So West Virginia, everybody has a cursed state. Tennessee doesn't like Harvey, Illinois, of course. We know that. Mine's is West Virginia. Every time I go through West Virginia, something always happens with my truck. First, it was the tire, there was the hose, and then the very last time I went through West Virginia, my truck grenaded. My engine blew on me while I was going down a grade and around a curve. So I just don't drive West Virginia no more. And the funny part about that is both my students that came in the truck, I told them, look, if we're going through West Virginia, let me know ahead of time so I could reroute us around. Don't ask questions. Just let me
Don't
know.
ask questions. But you know what? Two hotels there really good and a couple shops, right?
Yeah. Don't go to the Night Inn. The Marriott was really good. I know the Peterbilt shop is really good, and that tow truck company that's off exit 71.
Han says 22 hours is McDonald's money. The
It's just,
appointment was for 7 p.m. They called me at the dock at midnight, then another 6 hours to load.
ooh,
Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. All I can say is get that stampeded up because you're going to need it.
yeah. And as far as 22, 22 is good for some people, and once again, that's starting. And 22 may not be good for other people, and it also depends on your state. For me, being based out of Florida, you know, honestly, after taxes and everything, I come home with 16 to $1,800.
What's going on, teleport, transport?
Oh, that
Eddie says, I'm coming to Prime from Washington and I moved up here for work. No, I do not have my CDL. Oh,
ah,
so I
okay.
guess we are hiring. I'm gonna have to ask about that because I did not know that. Like that's news to me. Uh, the better side of Kayla says, as a TNT student, my company says I must drive 10.5 hours a day to max the new pay. Is that true? I have not done the math. To max the pay, pretty much to max the pay, you have to drive your 70 out every week. Like if you got, we're on an 8 day work cycle, 70 hours, 70-hour clock, 8 day work cycle. You get paid Tuesday to Wednesday, from Wednesday to Tuesday. It's kind of weird.
Now let me ask you
But
a question: Is it just drive time, or is it drive and on duty
drive,
time that is straight driving?
drive, and on duty, so it's added
Oh,
together.
then you could easily hit that with the on duty time. It depends on what division you are. If you're in the reefer division, yeah, it's definitely easy to hit that with on duty.
Yeah. So I mean, like, I really can't give you the definite answer. It's new right now, but if you want to get the max out of it, you can run, and you'll max that 70 out. You know, they give you 4 hours a day on top of what you're running. So like, if you run your whole clock out in one day, so
Mhm.
you're 11 hours of drive time plus you're on duty probably 15 minutes here for pre-trip. Maybe you got fuel, a couple minutes for fuel.
Yeah,
15 to It shouldn't take you more than 15 minutes to do a pre-trip. It shouldn't. But if you maximize everything you can, then you're getting 4 hours on top of that. So you're gonna make the most you can.
yeah.
Uh, no hippie says should drive 10.5 anyways. That's how my truck rolls. What's going on, Oz? How's it been? What's up all the way to home time? Waiting on the 70.
Waiting for hours on the 70. Okay, so he's
Waiting
probably
for
running
hours
on recaps.
on his way home. Waiting for okay. So he's trying to get home. Han says, what? Oh, he's talking about the weight on the trees.
I'm actually kind of
Hardcore
curious.
Hillbilly says, Twisted, hey, are you going to show everyone that head of shaggy hair you're starting? No, I'm
Nope.
not.
No, come on. Nope. It's there. Come on.
No, I'm not taking my hat off. Not doing it. So I will tell you what happened, though. I cut my head with my razor whenever I was shaving it. So when you cut your head, if you keep shaving it, you're just going to keep knocking the scab off, right? So it makes sense to me I said, I got two choices here. Either let my hair grow out for a while till the scab's gone and it heals up and then shave my head again, or shave everywhere but like a little patch right there and just let that one patch grow out. So I
Or
chose just let it grow out till it healed.
or
And it
you could
looks
get it.
horrible.
You could get waxed. Get your head waxed.
Oh, that would hurt.
I know.
I used what was it called one time? I used this. It wasn't Nair. It was something else. It was made for to take the hair off your head. What the heck was it called?
So they got a product.
Anyways, that stuff burned my head. Like you put it on and you wait a little while and then you wash it out, and it works like Nair, but it wasn't Nair. And that stuff burned my head like a chemical burn whenever I was younger. And I was like, oh, that's horrible. Like my head was real, like felt like a sunburn kind of.
That explains a
Yeah,
lot now.
no
Explains
good.
a lot. Uh,
Hans says, never do more than 9 hours. Hence, I never do a reset. And I agree too. Like, I don't like doing resets. I think you're losing money on resets. I like that truck running. River Ridge came to town. I had dinner with him the last 2 nights. I mean, great guy. We went to dinner the last 2 nights, had a great time. But we were talking about resets a little bit, and he was all like, man, I make so much more money if I keep the truck moving. That's kind of like what we were talking about. And he was taking a reset here just because he was so close to the terminal, and he was all like, man, I've been working hard. I want just to take 34 here, chill out for a little bit. Hope he doesn't mind me telling his business, but
recaps, baby. That's all I gotta say. Recaps, recaps, recaps. If you got good recaps coming back, man, you could run almost indefinitely on them.
never do either. There's is always a day you will run, hence your clock catches up. And yeah, no hippies
Yeah.
exactly right. Sometimes, like a lot of times, you're gonna have that, and what you're gonna be able to do is save those hours for like later on in the week where you need them, and then you might have run into that short day, but usually by the time you get there, you ran another short day by then, so you really have the hours to carry it back, and then you'll hit that big day of
Yep.
time where you actually ran like a longer day. Once that hits your clock, you're all like, yeah, I got
Yep.
my time back. But you kind of take it easy and push it back through the week
Yep.
sometimes.
That's
Han says, enjoy your videos more than I enjoy Twisted. He's talking to Backwoods. He says Backwoods videos are great.
eh, we all. That's all Hans. We know.
No Hippie Trucking and Transportation says, me and Myra run all
Maria.
out when we can and never forced to do a 34. That's a myth. It's
Wait.
not a
So
myth if you're running it out like every single day, back to back to back. If you're doing those long hauls across the country, like you're running every day, hard, you'll run out of time. Trust me, I ran out of time before because I was running hard. I ran out of time. I had to sit there for a 34, and I hated life. It was not a good check. It
where did
was
you do?
not a good check.
Where did you do your 34 at?
What?
Where did you do your 34 at?
I had a 34, I think. Oh, what's it called, man? It was in. Was it Nebraska? Where's that big water tower across from the TA that looks like a hot air balloon? Is it
I
in
don't know.
Nebraska?
I don't remember.
Oh man, I think it's in Nebraska. It was at that TA I had to take it. Or actually, is it a Petro? But I had to take a 34 there one time when I was solo, and I was like, this sucks.
Well, yeah, because you took it in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing in Nebraska.
Twisted is boring. Why do you think I bring a guest with me, bro? No Hippie says, I've had good trainees. They all did 10 hours. I guess what? I drove all of them. I outdrove all of them.
You out? Well, yeah, I could believe. I could believe no hippie.
I would hope
Uh,
that you outdrove your students, man. I bet you could do more than your student could do.
all you gotta do is say, "Look here, old man," and watch him get in the driver's seat. He's like, "I'll teach you, old man."
There's Jesus takes the wheel. I sent you an invite, Jesus. Sent you an invite.
You know, it took Jesus 3
Ghosted
days.
me, bro. Ghosted me. He did. Peg Leg says, when waxing your hair, do not do the 40-year-old virgin waxing.
Ooh.
Twisted by the Omni Shaver, fast and no cut.
Omni Shaver.
Is that the one where it has the wheel on it? I seen an electric razor that was real small and you could, do pretty quick. And then I saw a one with a razor that had wheels on it and people would just run it down their head.
Okay, that's me.
You should have done a hatchet man patch with your hair, right?
You're making it in the shape of a hatchet, man.
If you only knew what my hair looked like right now, you would see why. Like I used for the longest time, for my first 2 years as a TNT trainer, if I had to guess, for my first 2 years, and for that time, I had a mohawk under my hat. So like I had this mohawk underneath my hat. And I don't even think none of my friends really knew until I went to a 4th of July party at my friend's house and I just spiked it up and everybody was like, the heck? Where'd that come from?
Was that the same 4th of July
But
party?
it's real thin right here.
Was that the same one you lit yourself on fire?
No, it wasn't that one.
Okay.
Same house, but it wasn't that one. So, Brian, did it burn more than bonfire? Yeah. No, it did not burn that much. That bonfire was horrible. Last Lap Logistics says, during my TNT, my trainer and I mostly ran Shaw loads from Atlanta to Oregon and then apples from Washington to Walmart in Jacksonville, Florida. I would have loved this new pay structure. Yeah. The pay structure is going to work out great, I think. I believe that it's not going to really hurt the lease guys too much. I know it does kind of hurt. And, anytime you're messing with my pay, it's going to hurt. Like, I'm not going to like it. But, you're kind of like, to get the more revenue, you kind of stuck there because you kind of train to get more revenue. So you're going to have to pay a little bit more to get that, still be able to train.
And then you can also hit him with the no hippie. I remember back in my time when the pay structure was this.
Oh yeah, I came in under the $700 guarantee, but you could make more than it. Fuck is this guy? The says Azevedo, unfortunately. Begleg says, Sam, you cannot run recaps on steer tires. Steer tires must be virgin rubber by law.
That was talking about.
Did you say you run recaps on steers?
No. No, recaps on your time, your 70.
Oh, look, Jesus answered me back down here. It's in York, Nebraska. That's where that water tower is. That looks like a hot air. I was hated in life. I think I ate. I think they had a Pizza Hut in there, and I got wings the first day. I was like, I'm gonna get these wings, and I think they made me sick, if I remember right. It was not fun.
I'm not a big fan of Pizza Hut at all.
All right, I'm out taking a YouTube cleanse for a while. Yeah, I seen that. I was looking for your daily 3 or 4 videos, and I didn't see one today. I was kind of bored today. I was all like, usually I hit play and I just listen to it. And today I did not get to hear no hippie videos today. I was wondering what was going on.
Everybody needs to take a break.
Hey, Rod, what's good? Man, life's great. We live in the dream over here.
Where the grass is green.
Uh-oh.
Fruit
or vegetable?
Well, it's a good question. I say a vegetable.
Do it for a vegetable.
Yep.
I tried running caps this trip, but I ended up messing up and had to take one before I load the trees. But I don't stay out long as y'all before going home. I think he was talking about staying out long as you do before going home.
Yeah, I run. I stay running.
Twisted, there's a lot of static in your sound.
There was. I can't hear
Is
it
there
on your
now
end.
or no?
No, I can't hear it now on your end, but there was for a brief moment in time.
Last time I messed with this mic, I messed up. Um, Waterloo, Iowa? No, not there.
That sounds
Yeah,
familiar.
and hardcore says Petro and York, Nebraska. Nor, man, everybody knew where it was.
I haven't been. I've only been to Nebraska once.
Rod definitely sent me the link on that.
I say, yeah.
Just finished that extra stay. So, I
Let's
guess I'll
hear it.
get into this. It's been a while since I went to Fire and Ice because last time I did not have a good experience there, and we were going to go to Hibachi, and River Rich said, "Hey, if you go to Fire and Ice, then like I got you on this one." And I was like, "Man, I appreciate it, brother. Like that's awesome." So we went to Fire and Ice, and his steak came out, and it was a little bit too well done. So the waitress comes up and she's all like, "How's everything?" He ordered a rare, and it came out like medium to medium well. And he was eating it, and she was all like, "How's it going?" And he was all like, "Well, my steak wasn't rare." And she was all like, "Let me take it to the back." And he goes, "No, I'll just eat it. I ain't tripping. I was just letting you know." She's all like, "Let me take it to the back. Let me take it to the back." So she grabs his plate, runs it to the back. Like he's holding a fork, like with one piece on there. He's all like, "What the heck?" So she runs it to the back, and then she brings him out another steak in a to-go box. Like, "Here, we're sorry."
Now get out. Did you guys
Let's see.
get the tomahawk? They got a good tomahawk steak there.
I never had a tomahawk.
You gotta call them in advance to see if they got it in stock, and you go order that tomahawk. It's like a $98, something like that. It's good though.
Jesus Will says people always say that trainers should not do it for the money, but the trainer course class they emphasize more money, more money. So it's a double-edged sword. I'm going to tell you right now, if somebody says that if they're training and it's not for the money, I'm going to tell you right now that that's not true. That's not
Not,
true.
I wouldn't. I
We
would say not
we
entirely.
we all train. For one, you got to be good at it. So your heart does have to be into it, and your head have to do it if you want to be great at it. But whenever it comes down to it, would I train for free? No. If you ever hear anyone saying I don't train for the money, okay, give me all your bonuses then when your student passes, or give me your bonuses. What you don't for the money, you don't need it, so give it to me. Well, that helps cover that week that I lost money. You don't do it for the money though.
See,
Okay, I'll give you the trifecta bonus, right? Go ahead and give me the upgrade and the 6 month and the year. Then they ain't doing it because we do a service. We do a service, and it's a lot of work. It's a lot of standing out there on the pad. It's a lot of taking people driving. You put in your life in the hands of somebody else driving the truck. And whether it be TNT, you're asleep while the student's driving. At the end of the day, you're getting paid for this. Like you are getting paid for the risk that you're taking. You take that risk of my student might wreck my truck. I'm gonna have to pay a deductible. He might back into something. He might not wake me up for help and think he has it whenever he backs into a trailer or something when he should have woke me up for help. But he didn't. So now I got to pay a deductible. Like you're taking the risk and you're going to have to deal with it.
Also, with the double-edged sword, I know there's a stigma where people on the outside looking in say, we shouldn't, as trainers, we shouldn't do it for the money. We shouldn't do it for money. It should just be strictly passion. But at the same time, you can also see when you go to these trainer classes, like Jesus said, the first thing they prioritize and they make sure they tell you is you're gonna get more money, you're gonna get bonuses, you're gonna get more miles, which equates, that's what they keep throwing in your face as a this is why you should be here to be doing the training classes. So I understand what he's saying. And I agree with you as well. It shouldn't just be for the money. Money is just that risk that you're taking, and if it's for TNT, it's not only for the risk, but it's that taking that time that's going to slow you down to train this training. But you definitely have to have a passion to do this. If you have that passion, you know exactly what you're doing. Now, the money's just an added bonus for you, as well as seeing this person succeed. You can either be part of the problem, part of the solution. Part of the problem is you're that guy that stays in the truck watching somebody struggle, recording them, or you can be part of the solution. Get out there, help that guy back, and then help start training these other people that are coming in as well. Don't sit here and complain and say, "Hey, everybody's a steering wheel holder." Well, if that's the case, teach me to be you.
Yeah. Teach them how you do it. Since if you can do it better, come and teach them better. Trainers need to eat too. Um, Hans actually said something good for once.
I'm sorry, I'm surprised.
I'm
Now he's gonna
surprised he
come.
wasn't. Trainers need to eat too, and Twisted Big D's definitely eating enough.
Yeah, now he's gonna come back and make up for it.
Pegley says Twist is getting wings from Pizza Hut is like getting hamburgers at Taco Bell.
No.
Hey,
Hamburgers from IHOP when they try to go for that switch IHOP.
I think my internet. I think my internet's glitching.
Yeah, just a little. Who
I
we
think
got
it's my
here, Eddie?
internet at my house. Hey, read that one, Sam. I'm gonna check this internet speed real quick.
All right, we got Eddie. Wow, I gotta move forward. My eyes. All right, Eddie Styles now. Now you got me thinking. LOL. I hope they did not make a mistake. I'm sorry, I couldn't finish that. I hope they did not make a mistake, and I'm going to message my recruiter before I switch my driver license to Washington from Arizona. Okay, I don't think they made a mistake. The recruiters, they're normally good about that, but if you want to make sure, just so you can have that peace of mind, go ahead and message your recruiter. Yeah, but they don't make mistakes because then that's on them. It's a promise, and then regardless of the situation, they still got to bring you in for making that promise. Um, but peace of mind is always good. You don't want to lose sleep over it. And then here we are by ourselves. Where'd you go, D? I think he's MIA, and I can't see any of the next questions, so we're kind of stuck on this
Uh,
one for the time being. What else you got? I can still hear him typing away, and then I got 10 on it. Hans is gonna come with a super chat to say something real slick, just to make up for that one comment that he said. Guarantee it. Right. All right, D. Let's see if we can pull up some more. I'm gonna see if I can pull up something here. Let's do this. We got Hans over here. He says, "Ain't got no patience to train anybody." I would agree with Hans. I know him personally. I don't think he has the patience, and I don't think anybody can tolerate Hans for any level of time. That's just who he is. He's a great guy, though. Once you get to know him and you understand that that's just who he is. Uh, and then I got a retired U.S. Army 2020. It says, Sam, I want my Army PT pants. For real, though. Oh, I know exactly who this is. Yes, brother, I got them. I got them right here. I've been trying to save them, and hopefully
Oh,
I run into you in a truck stop. I got them.
my bad, dude. I don't know what
Slowpoke
was going on.
DT. Uh, what's up, Thursday night peeps? Coming to you from Laton, Utah. Retired U.S. Army. I love you too, man. It's been a long, long time, man. All you had to do was just mention that, and I knew exactly who you were. I gotta call you one of these days, and we gotta catch up. I just
Can
been busy.
can you hear me now or no?
We got to echo.
Got to echo.
Yeah, but that might just be, the emptiness of my brain echoing.
Computer's tripping.
Well, it is full, about to be fall. No, spring. Disregard what I just said.
Yeah, the compute
There you go. Whatever you did, stop right
computer's
there.
tripping over here.
All right. Looks like you're good. No echo, no static, and it looks like you're in motion now. You good. I lied. You're frozen.
Yeah, my stuff is tripping over here.
Don't you guys have that bad storm system coming through? Or was that over the weekend? Called it. We got Hans with the super $5 super chat. The more Twisted eats, the more weight is added on the steers. But that's any reefer driver. Any reefer. That's why they put them in the weigh stations more often than they do flatbedders. Yeah. That's why you also got to understand when you see a reefer driver, you got to say, is that an oversized load or is that a wide load? And I'm not talking about what you got on the trailer. I'm talking about what you got in the cab. Yeah. Trying to figure that one out. Trying to distinguish. All right. Let's see what else we got here. We got Greenwich. Wait. How did you get that man's pants? I knew that was gonna come up. All right, so he was my roommate back in Prime, and he had left him, and the maid said, if I wanted to take him with me because they was gonna throw it out. I was like, nah, man. I know that was that. I know it was his favorite pants, and I know he loves the military, so I took him with me. And one day I was like, man, one day I'm gonna run into him. We're both Prime flatbed. I'm gonna run into him, and that never happened. So I still got them. You know, that's why I got them. And I know Greenwich is like, it's a likely story. But retired U.S. Army's just pulled into the rest area in Kentucky, headed to drop this load off in Kansas City, and drop by the terminal to get those 2023 stickers. Man, you haven't got your stickers yet? Good Lord, man, you need to get on it. And right now I'm in Birmingham, right outside of Birmingham. You missed me in Kentucky, man. I've been doing Kentucky for a while. We got Slowpoke TNT. Must have been
I had
that
to kill
lightning
my
strike.
update on my computer, man. Like it was updating on the background, and it took me forever to find this stupid update thing. That was trying to update, and finally I killed it. I apologize. I did not know my computer would go like crazy on me during because there's an update going.
There we go. That's where we left off.
Must be lightning strike you took the last week, right? How true is it that the going rate for drivers now is only $1.80? Is that true?
Oh, he's
Have
talking about
you?
the freight
Yeah,
prices
the freight
dropping.
rates.
Yeah.
I don't even know
Uh,
what the freight rates are right now.
No, they've dropped again since last month. They're getting to some real low lows.
Is it?
Yeah, it's difficult for these owner ops nowadays. I feel for them. They got in this business, and now all of a sudden these freight rates are dropping. They're still claiming trucker shortage when we all know there's not. There's realistically, for every 10 loads, there's about 20, 25 trucks now for 10 loads. That's why the prices are dropping. And
So you think that there's too many trucks out there right now is what you're kind of leaning towards
yeah, there's way too
versus
many.
loads.
Yeah, way too many trucks to load. It's like back in the early 2000s, it used to be, it needs to be different. It needs to be, 3 to 5 trucks for every 10 loads. Now it's 25 for every 10 loads. The brokers, they found their loophole, and they're taking the money and they're putting it for dirt cheap. And it's not really the shipper's fault; it's the brokers. If we could get some transparency and we could get some regulations onto the broker, I think that would actually fix quite a bit of problems that we have in the industry. But that's just my opinion. Now, that's nobody else's. Yeah, we all have our views.
Joseph Yelps says, "Hi, Twisted. I got my permit. Just applied. Just apply and go from there." Yeah,
So,
for sure. Um, you don't have to get the permit first. You can hit up the recruiter first and follow the steps that the recruiter has. If you get the permit first, cool. Go ahead and put in your application and get the ball rolling on that. And make sure you put someone's driver code down there in the box as your referral, because might as well not leave it blank is my thing. Ain't got no patience to train anyone. Yeah, you have to have some patience.
yeah, not with Hans now. That man
I
got
got
zero
lost in the
patience.
comments. Did you already answer most of
Yeah,
these?
Hans has no patience.
Oh yeah. Super chat from Hans, $5. The more Twisted eats, the more weight it adds to his steers.
Yeah, touch that one.
I see this lightning stuff. It just loaded every comment. Like I was only seeing a few, and then all of a sudden, boom, it blew up.
So go to Greenwich's comment.
This one?
Good cover. Yeah, that one. Good cover story, but it's your story. No, no, no. It's not a cover story. That's what happened. It, it's what truly happened.
I have the Pornhub viruses, right? No, I don't do nothing but YouTube, and I do YouTube, the merch store, and what else? Oh, I do some email on here, but I never download nothing on this computer. Look, Greenwich. Sarah, are you needing a sugar grandpa?
No, 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 no. It's not a sugar grandpa for Greenwich. He's an artificial sweetener daddy.
Hey, a little birdie told me that Greenwich hasn't had a haircut in a while, and his hair's real long, and it's just like flying everywhere, like it's just sticking out.
That I gotta see.
Yeah, I want to
I
see
gotta
it
see
too.
that. Discorded. Greenwich discorded. Nope. You're not getting away with this one.
How can you pay for fuel with these rates? You get the surcharge, right? The fuel surcharge, is that what it's called, Sam? The
Yes, the
surcharge.
fuel surcharge.
So even with like say fuel goes up or down or whatever, you still get that fuel surcharge. So the fuel's not really. I don't believe that the fuel's really the issue, even if the rates are low. But it does suck if the rates are going down. But stuff has to go down before it comes back up. So if we hit bottom, sooner or later we're going to start working our way back up to making good money again, like we were during COVID and stuff. One thing with this career path of being a trucker is that you're not ever going to you're never going to not have something to haul. Like people are always going to need food in the grocery stores. People are always going to need steel. People are always going to need chocolate from the tanker. You got the tankers carrying the chocolate. You're gonna eat chocolate. I love chocolate. It has to get to my store. A truck has to bring it. You know, So I mean, like we're always gonna have a job here. So like think of like people are all like, we're going into another recession. People still eat in the recession, believe it or not. Like we'll do some more dog food and cat food loads, I'm sure, because cat food and dog food sometimes cheap and they made it safe for human consumption. So I mean, like if times get rough, times get rough. What'd you
Not black.
say, Sam, to all that?
So when it comes to Brian, when he says, how can you pay with fuel with these rates? I can see what you're saying. It depends on the variable. So say for instance, you're going from the East Coast to the West Coast and California, for example, where the prices for fuel is skyrocketing. Yes, I could get that. But at the same time, if you're very efficient and you're watching where you stop for fuel, you're watching how you drive, and then if like me, I use a simple formula. I take, the distance of how far I'm going, and then I divide that by 7, which is 7 miles per gallon. That's how much I normally get. And it'll give me how many gallons that I'm going to use for that trip. Then I take that and I'll times that by the gas prices of where I'm looking at, this, where the lowest is, and I'll measure that up. And that's how I try to keep the fuel surcharge in my pocket as much as possible. You got to do a little bit of math with it. You got
You're
to do
not
that
being a
extra
good
work.
Thomas. You are not being I mean, Tennessee flatbedder. You're not being a good Tennessee flatbedder. We got a super chat right here. Nobody even told me. We got a super chat from Hans right here. He says, I got to go driving in 1 hour, so I need to get ready. Here's a $5 super chat.
Yeah, he has to put his face on.
Huh? Do what? What'd you say?
I said, Hans has to go put his face on.
Oh, he's gonna go put his makeup on?
No. Makeup wouldn't save that. It's like Hans got a face. Like, you ever seen the movie The Man in the Iron Mask? That's what happens when you take the mask off.
Oh, look, regular comment. That's where we were at. Owner operators are getting killed on the spot market right now, and that's what I'm hearing. From what I was watching some different videos on YouTubers from different companies and stuff like that, and the main thing that I'm hearing right now is it's not paying good to be an owner op right now out there. Like they're all like right now with the freight the way it is, you want to be at a good paying company that's paying 65 cents per mile, and just run mileage and be a company driver right now. The owner ops are kind of like hanging on the edge. And
Right.
the videos I was watching, they were from good sources, and I was like, oh man, this might be getting bad out there. And this is not just at Prime. This is at a lot of different places that I was looking at. Pegleg's exactly right. I know he watches a lot of YouTube channels, and he's probably watched the same ones I was watching today. And I was like, oh, this is not good for lease ops. So I'm hearing that Prime lease ops are doing great. I'm not hearing nothing bad about Prime, but I'm hearing like out there people running for the load board, people dealing with brokers every day. Like it's a struggle and it's a fight out there right now to get loads. Like I talked to one of these, he runs off of a load board, and I hope he doesn't mind me telling him this. I ain't gonna say no names or nothing, but he said that like it's kind of shady out there. We're dealing with the brokers and stuff. Like they'll book a load, they'll put a load up, and you call right then, and they'll be like, "Hey, somebody already booked that load," and he's all like, "What? How somebody booked that load?" And they're all like, "Hey, they bid it lower." And he's all like, "What?" And say the load was paying $2 a mile. Well, somebody came in there and said, "I'll do that load for $1.75 a mile." Just to get the freight, just to get the load to get going somewhere. So like that's not helping the market. That's bringing down the price if people are underbidding each other. You know, it's not good for business, is what he was telling me.
Yeah. No.
Look, Sarah's about the sugar grandpa comment. She says she already has one that brings her candy.
Oh Lord.
Retired U.S. Army 2020 says, I am out, guys. Gonna microwave something and pretend it's awesome. Sam, I'll text you my number, brother. Twisted. Any of those shoes a size 9? No, I don't have no size 9s.
He got 9.5.
No, I don't even have a 9.5. I got rid of those. I gave them to my friend.
All right, man. I got your text, by the way, brother. I'll hit you up tomorrow.
Jesus Takes the Wheel says I was gonna join the live, but I look like a zombie in the camera view.
I mean, technically,
Doesn't matter.
If you want to think about
You
it,
could
you know,
you can even jump in here with the camera off, bro.
right.
Especially with these questions right here about the freight market, the spot market, and stuff like that. Jesus is a pretty smart dude whenever it comes to that stuff.
What?
Which says, can I get a king size Snickers?
I'm not gonna answer that. Not on here.
Look, she'll take a Milky Way dark. I'll take a Milky Way dark. Teleport transport rates stay low because people are desperate and will take anything.
Yep.
It's cutthroat. So there's somebody that knows it right there. That's why the rates are low.
He's absolutely right. Somebody undercut you for $50 and the broker be like, all right, sold, and then somebody undercuts them for 50. They'll call them up and they'll take that load off of you in a heartbeat. Like, hey, somebody going, you know.
Yeah, we canceled that load. It's a dirty game out there, man. Like I've done a lot of research on the brokers and stuff like that, just trying to get an understanding of how it works. And like, man, I can see why people are protesting the brokers and stuff like that. You know, it's like I think I went into the wrong career sometimes. I think I should have been a broker because they seem to get good money and they can work anywhere.
Right. That's why I can't wait for them to pass the new law. They got it in motion. I'm waiting for them to vote. So basically, they'll put a percentage cap on what these brokers are going to make. They're going to make it either 3% or 2%. They're still trying to finalize that. And then they're making sure that all these brokers have a set amount of insurance for that load. And it's not going to be something that they could finance. It has to be money, tangible money that they could put up front for that load for the insurance. And that's going to stop a lot of the frauds or the fly-by night brokers from coming in and screwing up the game and get the legitimate brokers out there. And it's also going to help them, so to speak.
Hold on a second. Let me add somebody in real quick.
All right, let's see what we got.
I'm going to add somebody in here that has a lot of knowledge on this kind of stuff.
Is it Jesus?
No. What's going on, Teleport Transport?
Oh, what's up? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, brother.
Yeah, I'm driving right now. I wasn't really trying to come in, but you guys started talking about rates. My blood started boiling. I had to come in.
All right.
See,
well, do tell.
This my opinion, right? Is you got all these loads on the board, okay, and they're posting them for ridiculous. Like the other day, I saw something for like $1.30 a mile, right? And it was on the board for like 5 minutes. So that means somebody called and took it. Now I don't know if they took it for that rate. I don't know if they talked them up or I don't know what happened, but you guys keep taking this cheap freight. You know what I mean? It's just going to keep getting lower and lower and lower because they want their cut. You know, if they feel like they can move it at $1.30, $1.25, $1, that's what they're going to move it for. They're trying to make money on their side too as a broker. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. So if somebody will do it for cheap, then that's more money in their pocket as a broker.
Right. So like think about it. If you were a broker, right, and you have a customer, let's say like a customer like Tyson, and they say, okay, we have 100 loads for you today. This is how much we're going to pay for each load. The broker sees that and they go, okay, well, I'm going to try to sell it for this on the market and keep the rest of it, or, you know, whatever the case may be. I mean, however they do it, and they're going to keep a lot of that money and they're going to move it for the least amount possible. So if you're just taking whatever on the board, you're just screwing yourself by not negotiating with these people or having a relationship with them to make that extra money. You know what I mean?
And now you're setting the standard. Realistically.
Well, yeah, in a way, yeah, because if you could do it for $1.30, that means a lot of people. Well, they're assuming a lot of people could do it for $1.30, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But everybody's situation is different, because you're going to have people that have trucks paid off, that their expenses are not as high. You got guys that get $10, 10 miles per gallon, where other guys get 6, depending on the truck. So everything is taken into account.
You're absolutely right. There's a lot of variables in the game. You know, where you're going, what your weight is, you know, what type of truck you have. There's a lot of variables in that. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
I appreciate the knowledge. You know, I really do. I
So,
think we all do.
so is
Yeah,
there
and
a lot of loads on the load board, or is it like kind of slow right now? And if there's a lot of
well,
loads, are most of them not paying as much as you feel they should?
I'm going to say this, right? On the load board, there's not as many loads as there used to be, because I think what brokers have realized is that they have certain people that they like working with, and they stick with those people, because
Mm-hmm.
the market itself, there's not enough for everybody. So everybody's cutting each other's throats right now.
Mhm.
So the ones that they like working with, those loads don't even hit the board. Like, they're calling you directly going, hey, you want to pull this for me? This is what, we can negotiate this price, and this is what I'm thinking. What are you thinking? And then they go back to their customer and approve it. So a lot of these loads are not even hitting the board. The ones that are hitting the board, they're just like kind of guessing, like, oh, well, I could probably move it for this. It's a whatever load, you know?
Yeah, it's a shot in
Yeah.
the dark. Yeah,
Right.
and that's what Twisted go. It goes back to what Twisted saying. You're networking. If you're in that network, you're set. If you're not,
Correct.
you know, you kind of SOL.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
video from the other day. You got to have some people in your pocket out here. Like I always suggest everyone try to keep like your network of people close to you, whether it be brokers, fleet managers, road assist, your
Oh
friends,
yeah.
like know
Yeah.
people at different companies, know people that have more experience than you, less experience. You want to kind of keep you awake at night because they're funny. I have like a whole network of people I can count on and I can
So
call at any time.
exactly, and what I'm doing is I talk to my significant other, and I talked her into going to school for logistics and to go for a broker. And I want to eventually, of course, buy my own truck and trailer. And by the time I'm ready, she'll be done with school. So I told her, you could, you know, me and you, we're gonna work together. You find the loads, call me directly,
Yeah.
like Transport said. She'll make the money, it stays in house, and I'll pull the load.
And that's the best way to do it, because you're going to have like, in any business, you want to have the most control possible, because that's going to make you the most amount of money, and you have to hire
Right.
people that know what they're doing so you can be successful, because you might not be able to be a broker, you're just a driver. But if your wife has the ability to be a broker, or let's say your nephew or niece or whatever the case may be, you are going to be more successful by paying that other person, because they're going to ultimately help your business and legacy. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You got to cut out as many unknown middlemen as possible.
Correct.
And
Yeah, because they're taking all your money.
exactly. Message for everybody out there. Message. Yeah,
Yeah, don't trust the middleman.
and the same thing. If you are mechanically inclined, you know, you're also going to save thousands of dollars on repairs, simple repairs on your truck. You know, come in here,
Yeah.
you know, cut out as many middlemen as possible. Do a little classes here and there. Study, ask a couple of diesel techs, hey man, how do you do this?
Don't
Watch
you have
the
that video on your channel?
Does he?
Don't you have that video on your channel about APU?
I think he cut out. Yeah, I think he cut out. But if he does, everybody, Teleport Transport, look him up. As you can see and hear for yourself, he has a lot of good information.
Talking about, can you hear me now?
Yes.
What's up?
There
Hello?
we go.
I'm like,
No, I was
I'm
asking,
driving,
don't
so.
you have that video? Don't you have that video
Video
on your
what?
channel about changing the oil on the APU?
I don't think I've done, yeah, I don't think I recorded it. I think I was gonna, and then the camera got messed up and I just haven't done it. I haven't really been posting a lot of videos online because I've been focusing on, just keeping everything running the best that I can,
Well, let me ask you this: on your
Yeah.
channel, do you have any videos on there that you've done already about personal maintenance on a vehicle?
Yeah, I think I got some, I mean, it's not the greatest informative. I mean, I just putting headlights in, easy little things like that.
Well, still, and easy little things like that. Realistically, if you take it to the shop, that's a couple hundred. That'll
Well,
save
yeah,
you
that's
money.
true. That's true. Yeah.
So once
Yeah,
again, everybody.
I'm hesitant on making more videos, just because the company I'm leased on with, I remember they made me sign a paper. If you make videos, we can terminate your lease. And so like that's why I don't like telling people where I'm at or what exactly I'm doing. We move certain equipment that you don't want to say that you're moving that type of equipment. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, I understand
Yeah.
exactly what you're saying. You have to be very.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you. No problem.
So a lot of my videos are very like laid back as far as how much information I'm giving out because you got to be careful because I'm not in
Right.
full control of the situation as far as who I'm leased onto. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, if I had my own story, once I have
Did we lose him?
like you said, the truck and trailer setup that I want.
Okay. So all I heard the last bit was the truck and trailer setup. So I'm gonna put two and two
Then he
together.
gets his own authority. When he gets his own authority, then and has his own truck and trailer stuff he wants, then he can make whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Absolutely agree. And we understand.
This happens
Get
a
a
lot.
Conestoga.
Green.
Can you guys hear? Can you guys hear me now?
Greenwich says it happens a lot to rates where the economy starts to take a big dip. Teleport, can you talk now?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. So you've been in trucking for a while. You've seen up and downs before. Like, you got any advice to the new guys out there that this is the first time that trucking's kind of been a little bit down before it's picked back up?
I'm losing you guys again.
Yeah, I'm checking my service.
Yeah, you sound like a robot, bro. Hey, thanks for stopping in, brother. Let you go because your stuff is not good
Next
right
time.
now. Yeah, next time,
Next
brother.
time.
Thanks. Yeah, thank you, Teleport Transport, for stopping by as long as you could. Phone signals, stuff like that is hard to deal with. Pegleg says Sam be a good Tennessee flatbedder and tell us how many likes we have.
All right. I can't really see. Actually, can I? No. No, I can't see.
I can't see either because I had to cancel out all these screens. My stuff was messed up.
Yeah, I can't see.
Pegleg,
Like
you let us know how many likes there are. Uh, at the Rent Army.
retired army. Yeah, he was laughing about.
Fontana's clear skies, beautiful weather. And what's up, John Gonzalez? Boycott some of the. I think we should boycott some of these brokers. They boycotted
Yeah.
before. Like people have been fighting brokers for a long time. It just doesn't get anywhere because you have to go through the broker to get the load. Like they
Regulate
kind
them.
of hold you. They got
Yeah.
you.
Regulate the
John,
industry.
yeah, they run the industry. Um, John Gonzalez says there is no truck driver shortage. That's a joke.
It definitely is. They just drummed that up.
Ron says, and the broker has almost no skin in the game. Owner ops have the most. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yes, absolutely agree. That's why I can't wait for them to pass that bill. Cause
Hunter,
yeah, go
go ahead about the
no,
bill.
yeah, I
Go
can't
ahead
wait for
about
them to
the
pass it because at that time the broker will have as much skin in the game as the owner op, maybe even a little bit more. So if something happens to that load and the industry say they are fly by night and they made their money and now they're going to leave, that freight is no longer insured, or I forgot exactly how it goes, but they have to have that money and they have to put it up front in a escrow, I believe. So if something ever happens, that money gets taken from them.
yeah.
I gotta look it up completely though. Go ahead.
Slowpoke TNT says undercutting has been an issue since the 80s when I first started driving.
I wasn't
Hey,
even
Trucking
talking.
Life with Sean. Stopping by to show my support. Trucking Life with Sean, you have a great channel, brother. Like, I love the channel. Like, Trucking Life with Sean, his channel's kind of gives me the vibe, and I think he's even said it on a couple of his videos. Is that he's here to tell people to teach people about what the trucking schools don't teach you. Like he's here to give you all the trucking information, and it's a great channel, really channel. I like it. I like his videos. He's positive. Like he does an amazing job at it. Really does. Have you seen his channel, Sam?
No, I don't think so. I've been trying to keep
So
up with
it's a
everybody's channels. I got so many channels I'm subscribed to. When I log in, there's about 45, 50 videos. It's hard to keep up.
especially with me doing all those drops.
Yeah, 9 drops, 8 drops, 3 drops. I'm like, oh god. Oh,
Have they lowered the age to 18 yet? No, they
no.
haven't. I just quit asking on that. Like, they were allowing people to start getting their CDLs at, and we were like, I tried to talk to the bosses at B, and I said, hey, when are we doing this? When are we doing this? And they're all like, I got the application, but just got to fill it out. I just kind of quit asking. Got the same answer every time, so not yet. Okay, what? And Sam, are you against the 18-year-olds getting the CDLs, or are you for it? And why?
Mo- I'm mostly against it. I'm against lowering it to 18 because honestly, to me, in my personal opinion, you still have more to more time to mature. This type of industry that you're in, you have to be mature, you have to be open-minded and willing to learn. I've seen people come in at 21, 22, 23 with that same mindset as if they were still in high school, and it doesn't work for them in the end. Most of them that I know haven't made it. So I mean, no, offense to you, but that's just my personal opinion. If you are a mature individual at 18, then congratulations. You are way ahead of the game and you're going to be going far in life. But if you're that other person on the other side of that token, I don't think you should be behind this wheel at that age.
Yeah. My opinion on it is I'm for the 18-year-olds, and the reason of that is, I train a lot of different ages and from the different places and all kinds of stuff from all varieties of people from America to people that just got to America. I've trained a whole bunch of different people, and age has never really played a factor into anything. The main thing that age plays a factor into is kind of like the willingness to actually get in there and do some work, really. So like sometimes some of the older guys, they'll tell me, I'm not going to go under that trailer and I'm not going to go under that trailer and start naming the parts of the pre-trip. I'm not getting under there. I'm all like, you got to on the test because you got to get under there and check and see if this stuff is safe. And every time you check this vehicle, you got to make sure it's safe. So you should be doing this every time. And they kind of, I'm too old for it. No, you're not too old for it.
Yeah, I can see that. But
The younger guys will be like, oh, you said get under the trailer? I'm going to get under the trailer and start naming out those parts. Don't have excuse.
I see your point, and then I'm going to argue.
As for the maturity,
think you slow down. Uh-oh. Can you hear me?
all right, yeah. But as for the maturity of an 18-year-old, like I've met some really mature 18-year-olds that had their heads on right and they were ready to do this and they wanted to do it. And that is freaking awesome. Like that is great news. Like having somebody that's motivated to do it is what we need. It's not really about the age, because I get some guys that are not motivated to do it, and that goes any age, 21 through 60 something, 70 something. Like some people are motivated to do this. Some people are not motivated to do this. Like I have sometimes the older guys are the guys that will not stay off their cell phones. They're over there playing on their cell phone all day. Sometimes it's the younger guys. They're over there playing on their cell phone all day. It just depends on the person. I don't think the age really deals with any of it, is my beliefs.
Okay, I can see where you're coming from. See, and this is what I like, because we have two different experiences. You have one experience, from the other side of this token versus mine, and I love that we can come together on it. My experiences are completely different from yours, but I love hearing this. I love hearing it. What was that?
You get, huh?
Coke?
No, that's Dr. Pepper today. It's not Coca-Cola. It's Dr. Pepper.
I actually got a Coke load.
I do.
Yeah.
And I don't even have my cup of ice or nothing. I was last minute in here today, really. I see 4 likes, 30 people watching. Let's take a second to roll the footage of Pegleg letting us know how to use that like button and how to follow his like and hit the subscribe button.
Hey everybody, hit that like button, borrow my leg to smash that ding dong bell. Oh, and if you ain't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe too.
Twisted Trucking Life with Sean. Great video, huh? Thank you, Pegleg. Brian Walton says, Twisted Trucking Life with Sean would like to have someone like Twisted Big D on one of his lives. Twisted.
So,
either way, someday I'm gonna ask him though. Someday I'm gonna ask him whenever he has some time. I'm gonna hit him up and be like, "Hey, you want to come on one of the lives and we'll talk about training with him?" because he has a student on his truck right now, and I try to catch his lives, man. I do. I think I've only caught 2 of his lives, and they're real fast lives. They're like 20 minutes sometimes, or just however long he has, because he's out there working. But sometime we're gonna get together, and maybe he'll have some extra time to actually sit down and do a live stream with like me on this channel or me with him on his channel. But I understand he's out there working hard. John Gonzalez says FESA announced today that they're going to start going after the
brokers.
in the trucking industry.
Yes.
That's good. Something needs to happen sooner or later.
Agreed.
Odd says, would either of you ever run OTR with your partner? Would you train them? No. And it's not me that said that. Well, okay. So my wife says after the kids move out, she's gonna get on the truck and we're gonna go over the road. And I said, are you driving? And she says, no, I ain't gonna drive. I just want to go over the road, see the country. I was like, no, we don't ride in my truck for free. Like, it ain't gonna happen. That's why I say no. And would I train my wife? Heck no. I don't train females. I'd have to go get a female to train her. I ain't training females.
That's your wife.
I know. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I would probably train her, but I wouldn't really want to. It's hard training a friend. Like, I've trained friends. I've trained 2 friends from back home, and it was pretty difficult. So, training the wife, like, that's going to be really difficult. So,
I would. My partner, she's already expressed that she wants to get her CDL. She was in the process of getting hers, and she stopped. So she's still thinking about it, and she already requested me to train her, and I would. I really would train her. It would be good and beneficial to have somebody that runs the same way I do and has the same type of experience, because it's like transplanting your brain into somebody else's, and at least that's my theory.
Yeah, Greenwich Trucking says getting under the vehicle is easy. Getting back out is the hard part.
Yeah, right, without getting a concussion, yeah.
And it happened this week though. Like, the guy was like, I'm not getting under there, man. I'm old. Like, it's hard for me to get under there. And I was all like, this is the guy that jumped from the seat of the truck to the ground of the semi. He just jumped out. Like, he was jumping out the truck door, landing on his feet, and that's how he was getting out. And I had to be like, no, we use 3 points of contact to get out the truck. Like, this is 3 points of contact. You got to have either 2 hands and a foot down, or you're going to have 2 foot and 1 hand. Like you're using 3 points inside so you don't fall out and smash your face, because if you fall out, you're going to smash your face. It's not going to be good. And he was all like, he jumping out the truck, but he's all like, I ain't going under there. I was like, yeah, you're going under there. And then after he came out, and every time he did any, the lug nuts, the rims, the tire, any of that stuff, he would always squat down to the same position that he did that he went under the trailer to do all of that stuff. And he never complained about getting down there to do the rim and lug nuts and stuff whenever you don't even have to squat down to do the rims and lug nuts and stuff. So it's kind of like people like to use it as an excuse. They're like, I'm old, I shouldn't have to do that. Or I'm old, I don't have to stop and do a trip. I had a guy this week, pretty much same guy. I was like, hey, study pre-trip. I had to pretty much just stop the truck. If you're on my truck and I give you a week to do pre-trip, right? So I give you a little outline. I'm like, 2 days for this, a day for this, a day for this, a day for this. So your first week, I gave you an outline of how much time you need to spend on each compartment and get it done. And I'm like, I'm pretty much, hey, it's your way to study. So the first week you're studying your way. But whenever that week's up, we're studying my way. My way is we stop the truck, set the brakes, get out there, open up the hood. You're going to study the hood until you got it. Then we're going to move to the driver's side fuel area. You're going to study that till you got it. Then you're going to go to the trailer and you're going to study that. Then study coupling until you got it. And then you're going to stand outside and study those parts. The best way to learn it is be outside at a truck. This stuff of when you open up the hood for the first time, you go, oh, there's a lot of stuff under here. Like, that's not a good sign. That's showing me that you're not out there at a truck ever doing this, practicing it. So like day six or day 7, I'm going to check your pre-trip. And if it's not good, you're going to be outside. I don't want to hear, man, it's cold outside this morning. I'm going to tell you, get out the truck, go study your pre-trip, because you had all those warm days in the afternoon when you could have studied that when it was nice and warm, but you didn't. So now we're going to do it my way. Temperature doesn't matter. I'm going to be outside too. And I was outside too, and let's hear this. Let's do this pre-trip. Like, I'm not having you do something I wouldn't do. And it wasn't even cold out there. It was probably about 45, 50 degrees. It wasn't like freezing.
Not too bad. I agree with you, and I took most of my training methods. It's a mixture of Tennessee flatbedder and a mixture of twisted, and I used both of them together, and I came up with this regiment, and I can't argue. It shows results. You guys are good. You trained me, both of you, and I'm using what both of you gave me. I put it together, and I mean, I'm putting quality material out there as well. I always get stuck on that word.
Would either of y'all run OTR with your?
Yeah, you just ran that one.
Twisted. I forgot to tell you. I'll be at Prime next week for training. I use you as a referral code. I think that means you will be my trainer. Awesome, bro. Like, I'm gonna go get a magnifying glass size windshield, and you will be good. And side windows.
I would love to see Peg Leg there.
You know that movie with Mr. Magoo, and he has a windshield that's real thick for his glasses? Mm-hmm. That's what I'm going to get for my truck when Peg Leg comes out here.
And the mirrors. You got to get the little stick on for the mirror, too.
Yeah. And he's still going to use his magnifying glass.
20x, remember. It has to be a minimum of 20.
Oh, Greenwich says, can I get the senior citizens exemption for the pre-trip? I'll tell you what, one time, I haven't had too many people fail the pre-trip because I'm kind of on you about it. But what I will tell you is I had one guy, one time in the entire time I've been training. So out of about 200 and something students, I've only had one time that a guy failed the pre-trip twice. Did he fail the NCAP? No, he didn't fail the NCAP because guess what? We went through it a lot. But the outside of the truck, he always has an excuse. I can't do it. It's too cold outside. I can't do, and like it was cold at that time. I can't study like that outside. I got to study the words. He would argue with me. He would stand there. I was like, you know what? It's your test. At the end of the day, I said, I had enough of this argument. Like, you want to go study in your room? Go study in your room. I'm tired of arguing with you. And he came out there and he bombed it. Probably worst pre-trip the examiner ever heard. So I was like, let's get out here and study it the next day. And guess what? He was like, I ain't studying like that. If the test was multiple choice, then I would get it right on the pre-trip. He goes, I just can't learn this way. And I was like, okay, dude, I'm telling you, the way you just studied did not work for you the first time. Oh, I know what I did wrong. I'm gonna get it corrected. Okay. Came out there the next time, failed it. Then he left all of the pre-trip that I gave him on my bed in my truck. He took it out of his bag and left it there. And I was like, he ain't coming back. He was all like, I'll be here tomorrow. I was like, yeah, I'll see you. But I was thinking, he ain't coming back. He just left the pre-trip there. He needs to study that. He just left it there. So I text him the next day, hey, where you at? He texts me back. He's all like, look, trucking just ain't for me. He was all like, they just don't want to make a multiple choice pre-trip test for me. So like, I can't learn that way. And I was like, you can learn that way because guess what? And I told him straight up, I was like, you're not failing the NCAP part. Guess what? The NCAP part I made you sit there and do, and you would do it because guess what? You get a set in a chair. Well, if it's standing up outside, you just don't want to do it. It's your fault, bro. So he ended up quitting. So, you know, that was the first time I ever had somebody fail the pre-trip twice.
Ouch.
Brian Walton says, I'm getting out. What? I'm getting of. Does the first OF mean anything?
Mm-mm.
I'm
Getting out.
getting.
Oh, I'm getting out of OTR trucking for a little, going local for about 2 years. It was just a typo.
Oh. So you're not really getting out of trucking. You're just switching from OTR to local. Look, there's a word out. My bad.
Yeah.
I didn't see the autocorrect. Sam can do my TNT. He's at another company. Well, I guess he could get his CDL here and then go over to AMX and get hired on as a CDL holder with 0 experience. If y'all do that,
And I'll teach you how to grenade an engine.
you'll take him to West Virginia. No,
Exactly.
was it West Virginia?
West Virginia.
And I'll sneak him into West Virginia.
No.
Sean says, hello, Twisted. It's Sean from Massachusetts. Sean says, May the 1st is my start date. I wish I could get you as a trainer. Sean, the only way you could get me as a trainer is if you came to Springfield, Missouri. And I'm not going up to Pittston, all the way up to Pittston. It's too far, man.
And cold.
It is out of my I'm gonna play my card now. Like, it's a good time to play my card. I finally can play my card, but it's out of my Southwest regional, no, Midwest regional position. Like, it's out of my region. I can't go that far. I'm on Greenwich level, Sam. I didn't even know it. It says it at the top of my check stub. I never even noticed, like until I was today. Was I think it was Hills. Now it's so red.
You're cutting in and out.
Like I said, we were gonna go become I was gonna become Midwest regional. Look at that. Midwest. If it'll focus.
Your focus needs more focus.
Midwest regional at the top up there. And I have no idea what these letters are, but we couldn't figure it out. We were thinking it was days of the week.
What?
Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and it all says D. So, but yeah, anyways, regional over here. But yeah, I had people come up from like different areas like that up in that area in the Northeast. I've had guys before that say, you know what, I'm just going to come down there and go to Springfield. I'm going to pay for it out of my own pocket just to get you as a trainer. And, you know, it was freaking awesome having them come down here. Like Big Country was one. There's another guy. I can't think of his name right now. Eddie Styles says, how do you become a part of the Discord? Sam, you got a link to throw in there by chance?
No, I can't because I'll kick me off.
Throw a link to the Discord in there.
Yeah, if I do it, it kicks me off. They'll
I've
kick
been
me off
with
the live. I'm on my phone.
yeah. Jaw says, I've been with Prime since January and been doing my TNT tanker and only got 24,000 miles left. It's a grind to get these miles.
Yep, old tanker yankers. We call you, Joe. We call y'all the unicorns because we never see you on the highways.
Jaw, isn't it tanker does 35,000 miles of TNT and you say you got 24,000 left?
No, he only got 24. Oh,
It says miles left.
yeah, it does. Now that I'm reading it, I did
I'm
that. I thought,
hoping. Go ahead.
yeah, I thought it was 30 or 35,000.
Yeah, I mean, if you've been there since January and that's all the miles you got, we had something in TNT and got some extra miles added on because that would be extra 10K. That'd be a little bit closer.
Yeah.
Oh, look, he came with a CDL, so he had extra. He had a longer
Yeah.
TNT than Prime PSD student did. Brian, good night, everyone. See you next week. Up at 4 a.m. to pull 11-hour day. Can I get at the pay for my own room? Can I get?
Can I get and pay for my own room in orientation and PSD?
Oh, you wanna get your own room and pay for it during orientation? You
Yeah.
can do that. So
Oasis.
yeah, go get your room at the Oasis, definitely. So if you're gonna pay for your own room, I would definitely look into the Oasis, but that's gonna cost. Well, if you get a trainer that's gonna take you OTR, then you would only need the hotel room for like 4 or 5 days. If you have a PSD trainer, if you end up with a PSD trainer like me that has multiple students, then you're gonna need that hotel room for even longer.
About 3 weeks.
You
What you
know,
could do is
try
use
your
the
luck.
app.
If you get a good roommate, you're good. Right, Sam?
Yeah, use the mobile app, the Prime mobile app. Once you get here and you get signed up, you actually get a discount, or you just show your card, you get a discount.
Okay, so yeah, I would try that to get a discount then.
Yeah, I think it's they lower it down to 79 or 90. I can't forget, it was so long ago. I think it's like $79 a night when you show your badge.
Your badge.
Yeah.
Sean Stevens says, maybe I'll talk to Jenny. Will you be available in May to train me? Sean, if you come down here from the Northeast, yeah, I'm gonna make sure that I have room for you on my truck. Like I will make sure because if you're spending your own money to come that far, I will make sure that I'm the one that trained you. I will. If they try to put you on someone else's, I will fake a heart attack in the lobby real quick. I'll be like, is he on my truck? No. Give me an ambulance. I'll fall down hard and everything. Big people fall hard. If you didn't know, like they're gonna hear that smack, and I'm gonna be like, give me my student back, or I'm gonna die right here on the prime property and sue you. No, I ain't gonna sue you. Sam, you believe that?
Yeah, I do. Twister go through extreme lengths to get you. You know, it may happen. I just had to do it for the pun. Nobody. All right. Dry joke. Got it.
Yeah, I came with my CDL and I was told it's 45,000.
Oh, bless your soul. 45 and a
Yeah, they
tanker.
add 10K on it. If you get a CDL somewhere else and you come here, they add 10K to it. Greenwich says nearly $100 a night at the Oasis.
See, it's been a while for me.
I'm retired military. I don't do roommates no more.
6 o'clock, wake up, maggot.
Thinking the Oasis was 84 a night plus tax from Prime's associates. How long have both of you been trucking? I've been trucking for 6 years. Over
And
6 years now, but
Ooh, you old. And for me, year and a half.
yay, we got a total of 7 years together. Added together.
Mostly his.
Let's see. Eddie Styles now says I have to drive to Georgia to take my niece to her mom's. Was thinking about seeing if I could come to Springfield for training with you guys.
Come on down.
Yeah, Eddie, you can come. You can go to Springfield for training if you want. Like,
Yep.
you know, you would end up in Salt Lake City. I'm not big on the training program over there. I'm gonna have to go check it out for myself. But you know, I know a lot of people that went up there to pick up a student, and I know a lot of trainers that live in that area that come to Springfield and test their students in Springfield. I don't know. I'm sure it's a good program up there.
All right.
Greenwich said, baby truckers, both of them. I hear you, Greenwich. I hear you.
Yeah, he got about, 50 years?
Teleport Transport says, my signal sucks. Made it to Effingham. I'm done for the night. Yeah, brother, man, it was starting to mess up. It was messing up as bad as mine was. Keeps messing up and coming back.
It's close to that time for me as well.
Last comment, and then Mr. Avocado and I are going to call it a night. God, Tennessee would have lasted the last 15 minutes. I'm joking. I've seen how Zeke Dog has his logo on the side of the truck. Is that something all Prime drivers can do when they become a lease ops? You can be a company driver and put your logo on your truck.
Yep.
Like I have a Hatchetman on my window. There's a whole bunch of us that have the Primetime Paintball Team logo on the sides of our trucks and stuff like that. So lease or company, you can take your truck over there and get them to put the decals that you want. You're gonna have to pay for it, but
Or you're good enough, you could draw it on yourself.
another group I chat with said the same thing about Salt Lake City. Yeah, I don't. I
Plead the
just.
fifth. Yeah.
It is what it is, bro, and it ain't what it ain't. So if you guys know Hippie Truck Transportation, he will that's the best training that Prime has. I don't know. But anyways, Sam, thank you so much for coming to the channel and doing this live with me last minute. I'm talking 3 minutes before we started, and I appreciate it. We had a blast over here, and we got to learn a little bit about AMX. We got to learn a little bit about training. We got to talk about brokers, which is out of my league, I think. But any last words?
No, none at all. Of course, Peg Leg, if you put the Discord in there, appreciate it. We're always on Discord, VC, which is voice chat.
That's where we're
on
going
there.
now.
If you have any questions, we're on there. We'll be more than happy to answer, whether it has to do with Prime, EMX, anything in general. We're there for you.
I'm trying to get the Discord link before I end it. Oh, man, I had to be on my other one. But after this live ends, I will post the link in this live. So anybody still sitting in this live will see the link, and I'm gonna jump on the voice chat, and I'm pretty sure Sam is too. But we're out of here. Thank everybody again for stopping by. It was a blast.
Add me as a referral to your application. Click yes, and then